Oof.
Shannon,
Oof.
how much do you disagree with this?
Well, I disagree with him because I like the movie. I thought the movie, I gave it a B+. Yeah, it was a little long, but it did.
He said it took him 5 sittings to get through it.
Well, I mean, maybe he's just old. Maybe his attention span isn't that long, Skip. But it seems like, to me, he has a problem with Warner Brothers because he was the original director, and maybe Warner Brothers did not invite him back to do the sequel. That's not uncommon, Skip. We've seen a lot of guys direct the first installment of it, and then they go in a different direction for the next one, whether it's creative differences or whatever the case may be. But I think at this point in time in his life, in his career, LeBron James understands one thing. I am going to receive a certain level of criticism no matter what I do. And once you realize you're not going to be able to appease everybody, nor should you attempt to, your life will be much better. And so I think that's where LeBron is in his situation. Skip, look, this is what he said. I'm trying to figure in 2016, this is what he said. He says, I don't see how it could work. Plus, I don't want them to make it. That's probably the real reason, isn't it? So 5 years ago, the idea that it might come, Skip, LeBron
He said that Dwight Howard and company came to him and said, how about Dwight as the Jordan figure? Yeah, go ahead.
It's Skip. LeBron James is every bit big today as Jordan was back then. He's the equivalent, Skip. He's this generation's Michael Jordan. Now, you might not like you might not like what he stands for. You might not like his game is not as flashy as Mike. But he is, to say the je ne sais quoi, what are you talking about? It seems to me that, man, people, I think, to make a long story short, Skip, I think a lot of people just have, no matter what LeBron does, they're going to have a problem with it. And there's this fraction of people over here that's in Jordan's camp. And anything that LeBron does, Jordan did it better. Jordan
So it's
did
just a little fraction.
Well, no, I'm just saying, well, fraction. I mean, you got 7 billion people.
Okay,
I mean, let's just say there's 800 million, or however the case may be, Skip. There's the people over there that's never going to side with LeBron because they're in Jordan's camp. And that's just the way it is. And I think LeBron's okay with that. But to go out of your way to try to offer a harsh critique, okay, fine, I didn't like the movie. But it seems to me it got a little personal. Skip, if I don't like a movie, okay, I don't like the movie. I didn't like that. But to take personal shots at the actors, I think that was a little out of the way, unnecessary. That's his opinion. It's well within his right to say that. But I disagree with it.
Okay. As I read these quotes last night, my thought was obviously my sentiments exactly. I couldn't have said it better because I said it before he said it. It's not that I'm trying to pick apart the remaking of the movie, the plot twists that they threw in, however the subplots, the whatever plots. For me, and fatherhood and how
Yes.
you treat your sons, and you were deeply affected by it because it sort of impacted you with your son who had just gotten married on Saturday.
Correct.
And you watched the movie on Sunday.
Correct.
So it's dear to your heart.
Right.
And it was very emotional for you. And my point was, man, you're asking LeBron to do a whole lot of acting that it's not his first job. It's not what he's been practicing
Right.
all his life to do. And now you're asking him to go deep as an actor in ways I didn't think he could pull off, and he didn't pull it off.
Skip, you make it seem like Jordan and his performance was Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther. He wasn't even stopping.
Boy, he was a great Michael Jordan. And again, remember what I did. I watched this Space Jam, LeBron Space Jam, on Friday night, and I turned right around on Saturday night, and I watched Jordan's again. I don't know how many times I've seen it before, but I needed to get it fresh in my head. And it was shocking to my eyes and to my senses how great Jordan was. He's so comfortable. He was so cool. He was so funny. He owned it, but he owned himself in the part. He dominated that movie in ways LeBron was not able to dominate, because I thought LeBron came across oftentimes as wooden, as if he was acting for the first time in a high school play. It didn't ring true to me. Again, it's Jordan versus LeBron in charisma. And let's go back to what Joe Pytka, the original director, said. He said, I've worked with 3 people that have this magical quality, whatever you want to define it as, charisma, star power, I don't know, magnetism. And he said the 3 people are Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Madonna. And he said there's never been anything like those 3 where you just immediately, without understanding anything about them, you gravitated to them. They took over rooms. And
so
again,
you don't think LeBron can take over a room?
Not like Jordan can. And again,
but see that's the thing. He can take over a room, but not like Jordan. Well, he can play basketball, but not like Jordan.
Well, he can
sell sneakers, but not like Jordan. Skip, it's okay.
Well, no, it's okay for LeBron to be second best. It's just okay. No, it's okay.
That's what you wanted to be.
Okay.
But some people say he's not second best.
All right, I'm going to finish Joe Pytka's quote. So he says, in the end, LeBron is a great basketball player, blah, blah, blah. He goes on and on about what a great basketball player is, but he says he is not Michael, not as a basketball player or as an actor. Maybe they should call this movie something else, said Joe Pytka. My wife, Ernestine, turned to me as soon as we watched the Friday night, this new Space Jam, and she said, whoa, why did they have to call it Space Jam? What's it, the new legacy?
Right.
She said, why didn't they just rename it? Just do it. Do your own brand of it. Don't call it Space Jam.
Warner Brothers didn't want to do that.
Okay, but you could. You have enough star power on your own. You have enough box office power because you have 142 million followers on social media that you could have just said, let's go a different direction.
Well, Warner Brothers has $242 billion.
Okay.
Because we've seen this before. We've seen companies says, okay, this is the direction that we want to go in. And the actor says, that's not the direction that I want to go in. And it says, okay, we'll find somebody that wants to go in the direction that we want to. So Warner Brothers, LeBron wanted to do the movie. Warner Brothers wanted to take the movie in the direction. They saw LeBron says, okay, let's take it in a different direction. Let's make it family-oriented. Let's make it about a father and his son, and about what the father wants that might not be what the son wants. But see, because it wasn't like directly Father Jordan, it wasn't directly basketball themed, although basketball was very important because LeBron wanted his son to be like him and take basketball serious. His son wanted to do computer. He wanted to do gaming.
I got it. But in the end, LeBron, like Jordan, becomes a cartoon. He goes into the toon world and he plays a basketball game against the villainous, whatever you want to call them, Monstars or Goon Squad.
Correct. Okay? Yes.
And so it's still, the motif is the same.
Yes.
It's just you take this framework and you're going to go in a little different subplot direction within the framework, but in the end, he goes into the cartoon world and saves the cartoon world from the evil forces.
Well, one situation is about a family. The other situation says, look, I took up all this time and I can still